State of Ohio versus Angela G. McDaniel, case number CRA 24598. And Brian Montoso is on deck.
Ma'am, are you Angela McDaniel?
Yes, sir.
Ms. McDaniel, you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, they can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with breaking and entering. That on September the 12th in Union Township, you trespassed in an unoccupied structure with the purpose to commit a theft offense in there. That's a breaking and entering charge. It's a felony 5. Maximum penalty is a year in jail and $2,500 fine. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
I need a lawyer, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, I am a wife and housekeeper, a husband.
Okay. Well, this is all part of the Brian Montoso thing deal, isn't it?
Yes.
How many co-defendants are there?
4 altogether, I think,
4. Okay.
of which we've done 1 already. This one.
Tyler.
No, I guess we've done it. Lose track.
And Butch, have you been representing Brian? Or? Okay, he's in jail.
Some time, Judge.
Well, so you can't do this one. So, Mr. Smith, do you have any of the defendants?
I do not, Judge.
Okay, I'm going to appoint Roger Smith to represent you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And I'm assuming, is this going to be same recommendation if she would go to treatment? You'd let her out or agree for no R bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, I have gone to treatment for 2.5 years. I was just simply going there to help him deliver.
Okay, don't talk about your case. No, we're just talking about, are you amenable to treatment at this point? Are you willing to go to treatment?
I have already been in treatment.
Okay, but that wasn't my question. Is are you willing to go? Be released from jail to a treatment provider?
Sir, I don't have a drug issue. I was just helping my friend. That's all.
Well, you understand, if you don't agree to go to treatment, and it sounds like you need it, he's going to the judge will set a cash surety bond, you'll sit in jail. So those are basically your 2
Well, let's
options.
ask her this. Do you think you can post a bond?
No, we are retired. I mean, is there like an OR bond? I have lived in Proctorville for 43 years. I have no intention on running or whatever it is. I'm not very familiar with the law, so.
What's Township Road 1259? Where is it?
It is right after, it's off of Ice Avenue, right where the schools are. Like I said, I've lived there in that particular house for 38 years. I have been a good citizen. I'm just caught up in their past.
Okay, don't talk about your case.
You willing to take a drug screen today?
I mean, if that's what you want to do.
Well, if you take a urine screen and are clean, then I'll let you out on no work bond.
Okay.
If you're dirty, you're going to agree to go to treatment. How's that for a deal?
I guess so.
Well,
It's a great deal.
I mean, the truth, we're about to find out. I mean, you're going to take a urine screen. You agree to that?
Yes, I do smoke marijuana, sir.
I'll give you a pass on THC. But if you got anything else in there, you're going to go to treatment. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, go do a urine screen. Well, in the meantime, let Mr. Smith look at your file, and then we'll recall it, decide how we're going to proceed.
All right.
Well, this goes with it.
State of Ohio versus Brian Montoso, case number CRB 24-499 A, B, and C, case number CRA 24-596.
All right, 24,596 is the new charge, as well as 599.
96 and 97. 596.
96 and 99. We skipped 97 and 98 for some reason. And that's a possession of controlled substances, 24,599. 596. Is breaking and entering. The other folks involved in charge for it. So, Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you to represent Mr. Montoso. I know he's qualified. Do you wish me to read the full complaints into the record?
We'll waive, Judge.
And then he also had another case that was set for reporting to jail today, I think, 24-499A. He's supposed to report today at 11 a.m. He actually reported a little earlier than that because he got arrested. He had a 90-day jail sentence with 60 suspended, so he's going to be in jail on that for a while, so it's kind of academic as to whether we want to bond. Just to make it clear, I'll set bond at $5,000 cash or surety on the new charge, but he can't be released because he's got a holder on this other matter. And then we'll need to set preliminary hearing and pretrial on the new charges.
Your Honor, Mr. Montoso also has aggravated possession and aggravated trafficking that were recently waived to the grand jury.
Okay.
And so he has those cases going in that direction already. I think we can just nolly these charges to the grand jury.
Okay, both the felony and the misdemeanor.
Yes.
All right, so 24,596 and 24,599 are knowledge to the grand jury. So that just leaves, we need to set a review, which I think I've already set it for October the 18th on this resisting arrest. Keep that date, October the 18th for, I call it a pretrial and review on that resisting arrest. That'll be about the time he finishes up that sentence, so.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Lisa Moore, case number CRA 24-595. Tracy Phillips is on deck.
Ma'am, are you Lisa Moore?
Yes.
I'm Judge Capper at the Orange County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This looks like another one of these co-defendant cases. You have a right to remain silent, ma'am. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, they can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with breaking and entering September 12th, Union Township, that you trespassed in an unoccupied structure with the purpose to commit a theft offense therein. That is a felony 5. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No.
You don't have a job?
And Social Security?
Okay, have I used up all my lawyers here on these cases? Or did Tyler get one of them too?
He got, I think, Mr. Edwards. He did for
Okay.
Edwards.
Fire.
I'm here, but I don't know if you said you still the large, I don't know who the.
Well, we got a bunch of co-defendants on breaking and entering, possession.
Who were the co-defendants?
This is Brian Montoso's gang.
No, don't have him.
What?
Well, but I don't know who they are.
Edwards.
Jonathan Cole,
No.
Angela McDaniel, and Lisa Moore.
No, I don't believe I have any of those people.
Okay, I'm going to point you on Lisa Moore. Okay. Same recommendation for treatment?
Yes,
You're not charged with the drug thing, but I guess the allegation was that was the whole purpose of the party, was for drugs.
that's what it looks like. So yes, we would make this.
I'm sorry, what was the name Cole you said?
Jonathan Cole?
Okay, I've got a Cole and I got confused, but it's not the same person.
C-O-L-E.
Yeah,
He
different
just
first
ran
name.
today.
Okay. Do you have a medical pay source, ma'am?
What's that, what do you mean?
Do you have medical insurance or a medical card?
Yes, I do.
Which do you have, please?
I'm under care source,
Is it Ohio?
yes.
Okay. I would assume that the court and the prosecutor's office would be interested in her being assessed for treatment.
Are you willing to go to treatment? Let me tell you what I offered the last lady. She said, I was just there to help somebody. I wasn't using any drugs. So I told her if she took a screen and was clean, I wouldn't make her go to treatment.
No, I've had church and that I was helping, that I was also doing drugs.
Okay, so you'll go to treatment then?
I have never had.
Have
Where
you
do you
been to
live?
treatment
Oh, I'm sorry.
I live in Parkersville.
before? Have you been to treatment before?
Yeah.
Where?
It's been a while. I went to Bethesda. I've been Riverside, and I've been just Riverside and Bethesda.
Okay. And so you're right on Old 7 in Parkersville?
Yeah, Parkersville.
Were you inpatient at this prior treatment facility?
I've done both. I did better outpatient than the inpatient because I get anxiety, but either one.
How long ago was it that you did treatment?
The inpatient, I did 30 days. Outpatient, I did 6 months.
Where was that?
That's been years ago. Like when they first opened there on, I think it's South Point, maybe. or-
Okay. Anyone want to do an assessment on her? Okay. All right, I'm going to have Bethesda do an assessment on you, and we'll decide how we're going to proceed after you talk to them. So we'll recall you.
Your Honor, can I take the court's file?
You may.
In the meantime, take time.
Okay.
So I'll see you back here after you talk to Bethesda.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Tracy Phillips, case number CRB 22-599, and Richard Soine is on deck.
This is Mr. Stratton's case. It was set for hearing in October of 22. We need Mr. Stratton in the courtroom. It's alleged that Mr. Phillips did not appear at that hearing, and a warrant has been outstanding since that time. Mr. Stratton, this is a old client of yours. It's been a couple years.
Mr. Tracy Phillips, Your Honor?
That is
Yeah.
correct.
October 21st to 22, I believe, was the hearing he missed?
Correct. And
I don't know what he's,
it's a theft from Walmart charge. You want to talk to him? How do you want to proceed?
Yeah, let me speak with him, Your Honor, and see where we go from here.
All right, Mr. Phillips, I'm going to let you talk to your lawyer, then we'll come back on the record and decide how we're going to go forward. You can take the court's file. I know you don't have yours.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Richard Soine, case number CRA 24591, and Gregory A. Sparks is on deck.
Well, please not here today, so you'll have to come back. We'll put him in set for 17. Okay, that's fine.
Richard Soine. Okay, is there a case here we can call while we're waiting?
Sure. State of Ohio versus David Gilman, here at the court, case number CRB 24371. David Gilman.
It's Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge. He was supposed to be here last week. He was at OVP's Logan, West Virginia branch. Apparently he was compliant, but they've now lost track of him. The only number I have is disconnected. I reached out to Bree. She has the same number. She's disconnected. I guess we're at the point of a bench warrant. I was hoping he would show up.
That bench warrant will be issued for leading treatment and not appearing today.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, this is Richard Soine, sir. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Soine, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. Your hearing is being conducted here by teleconference. You're being recorded, so what you say is going down on the record. It can be used against you if you admit something. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to remain silent. If you do make statements, it's on the record. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. If you can't afford one, you have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand these things?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with possession of drugs. That Union Township, September the 11th, you knowingly were in possession of methamphetamine. It's a Schedule 2 substance. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Do you understand the charge?
I'm $20 I think I could, yes, sir, I think.
Yeah, the state's alleging you were knowingly in possession of methamphetamine. That's a felony 5, maximum is a year in jail for that. That's the most that can happen. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir, I don't have the money. I don't.
Do you have a job?
I work part-time.
Where?
I work for myself.
Doing what?
Mason work and stuff like that.
Do you know what you make in an average year?
Probably around 10,000 to 15,000.
Okay, you're eligible for a court-appointed lawyer then.
Yeah, I need a $40.
I'll appoint Tyler Smith to represent you.
Okay.
He's here in the courtroom.
I don't see a lot of recording.
No, I see him. He's right here. He's here.
I'm here.
Okay.
And what's the state's position on bond for Mr. Soine?
If Mr. Soine would agree to be assessed for substance abuse treatment, we would not oppose an OR bond.
I will do that. I will do that. Just
Okay, and you live in Proctorville?
Yes, sir. Well, right now, I'm concerned with my sister who's lost my house. I had to out my lawsuit. And Ernest fell apart. I've been there for 2 years. I used to work with Danny Montoso in there, and then he left, and my wife left, and I started. My wife went out here.
Okay, you know where the OVP is in Proctorville? Ohio Valley Physicians, it's next door to the Kroger.
Yes, sir, I know where it's at.
Okay, you gotta go there and get an assessment and then come back to court in 2 weeks. Are you available for 27th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll see you in 2 weeks on September 27th. If you don't show up, you either get a warrant or your case will go on to the grand jury for indictment. You can see, yeah, you're going to get out on a signature bond. That's your promise to come to court when you're ordered to.
Okay, and then I go to that OPS, right?
OVP is the name of it. You can, I think you can just walk in there and tell them the court ordered me here. I've got a felony possession charge. I need assessed and I need treatment.
Okay. Good, sir.
Okay, you have to do it or you could go back to jail or even prison actually.
I'll do it Monday morning.
Okay, very good. Good plan.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Gregory A. Sparks, case number CRA 24581, and Kane Lampin is on deck.
This is Mr. Smith's case set for preliminary hearing.
It is, Judge, we're in a little bit of a pickle here. He was approved to go to Hawk. They've had him before, so they did do an assessment, but they said they would take him. They were familiar with him. Well, apparently Hawk does not transport. They've been waiting on the sheriff to transport him there, so they will not pick him up. I checked this morning, asked if they could pick him up. They will not, so I think it's got to go back and maybe another treatment provider. He's got West Virginia Medicaid, and I know Taylor's been trying to help me. She's got to blast out to all the providers, but as of now, no one has a bed. They're all trying, but short of an OR bond, I don't know. He's been in there at least the last week, and probably a little bit before that. This is Sparks.
Would no OVP take him?
Oh, he got kicked out. I'm sorry, he was kicked out of OVP, and that was the
Prior
problem.
there.
Bree was here, yes, we put our heads together. Hawk was familiar, they would take him, but I just learned that they do not transport, which, I don't know, but they've been waiting on the deputy sheriff to transport. I talked to Dakota at the jail, he says, no, we don't, I didn't think they did, but he says they don't. Apparently, he's still got a bed at Hawk, but he promises he would go with no OR bond. But I
Didn't
don't
have
know
a family member or somebody that?
if you would allow that. Can you hear us, Greg?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a family member that can get you to Hawk?
Yes, sir.
Who is that?
My father,
Is he willing to do that today?
he probably would.
Well, okay, well,
You have a phone number where he can be reached?
I'll call him if you give me a number.
I don't have a number for him. Sorry.
Oh,
If you got a number for anybody that can reach your father?
I'm sorry, sir. I really don't.
You got any other family members that you have a phone number for?
No, sir. That's all I have is my father, and I don't even have a phone number to call him.
I don't know what we do at this point. It's frustrating because they're willing to help him, but we can't get him there.
Sir, if I could talk,
You just don't talk about your case, but you can talk about bond, sure.
yeah, I'm willing to go to treatment. I got a brother, not a brother. I've been in treatment for the past 4 years. I've done more in treatment and out of treatment. I'm just give me a chance to show you, I mean, I can get into it if you have the center.
Okay, how's the state want to proceed on this?
Well, we wanted to get into treatment. I wasn't really following on the issue of how he couldn't get to Hawk. But if
They
he's-
don't transport, and he doesn't have anybody that can transport, and the sheriff can't transport.
All right, so if he's got a family member, I would suggest, oh, but
Yes,
you don't know how to get a hold of
He
him.
doesn't know how to get a hold of him.
Nobody knows phone numbers anymore.
No.
Hey, I was lost too.
The problem is if no one-
cell phone?
He promises he'll go if he gets an OR one.
Well,
But how, what's he gonna do, walk from the jail?
I assume so, Judge.
Whatever it takes, sir.
I don't see that we have any choice at this point. I mean, he's going to just have to be responsible for himself. And he needs to know that if he doesn't do that, then he's liable to end up dead, first of all, if he keeps
Yeah.
using. And second of all, if he doesn't do it, we can always take the case of the grand jury and try to send him. We don't want to send you to prison over this. We want you to get help.
Absolutely, I understand that. And that's why I'm telling you, like, you know, or I'll show you, I'll be in treatment tomorrow.
Well, if you don't, you're going to the felony court. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Crystal clear.
Yes, sir.
Take a chance.
Okay, I'll change your bond to an OR bond, 2,500 OR. You're to report to Hawk for treatment and then be back. Well, you don't have to be here if you're, as long as you're in treatment, but I need a report that you're in treatment in 2
Yes,
weeks. September 27th.
I'm here, Judge. That's fine.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I'll get a hold of Mr. Hetlinger and to let him know he's
Yeah.
to report there.
Your Honor, may I approach for a second?
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Denny and Thompson here at the court, case number CRB 24299.
Dale Thompson.
They're out, they're both out here.
And this is Mr. Morford's case.
Your Honor, does this mean I'm going to get released today?
He is getting released today. That gentleman will be released today.
Thank you.
Right over here.
Think we got it worked out?
I think so.
Okay, this was set for a trial, but I've been informed that there's been an agreement reached, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on the record.
Your Honor, to please the court, I learned this from Mr. Spears yesterday, and he and Mr. Thompson are neighbors. Their properties adjoin. And as the court is aware, Mr. Thompson's been here on a number of occasions, and there was an incident in which a couple of his dogs attacked Mr. Spears viciously. It was awful, and he could explain, he's had to have surgeries, and the medical bills are way more than restitution would even be allowed in a case like this. However, the two of them have been talking about a way to resolve this, and it's my understanding that Mr. Spears is going to purchase the property from Mr. Thompson because Mr. Thompson's going to move, and that they have arranged a price for the property that takes into account the medical bills. In other words, kind of a reduced price. And if both of them were in agreement with that, then what we would do is we would move to continue the case for, I don't know how long it would take, 60 days or something to that effect.
He's talking about November now, so.
Okay, so sometime in November to make sure that it happens. Now, from our perspective, one of the things that we're most concerned about is that Mr. Thompson's had this herd of dogs, and most, if not all of them, that's kind of a herd.
Well, that's not, most of them is gone.
Well, most of them are gone. And Mr. Spears tells me that he thinks the dangerous ones are gone.
I don't see him anymore, so.
So that relieves me personally of the worry that there's
They
going to be.
just helped me bury one of my dogs too, by the way.
So the fact that the dog problem has been alleviated somewhat, this agreement would provide for compensation for the medical bills, and Mr. Thompson wants to go somewhere else and live anyway.
Yeah, I've been trying to get it out of here. I got to go.
So I guess we'd like to know if Mr. Thompson agrees to do this, and they're going to have to work out the details of the purchase of the property. They'll have to get with the lawyer.
I need more than 60 days, though. I need more than 60 days.
Well,
All right, then.
in order to move, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he's going through chemo and radiation right now.
Yeah, I gotta go through this cancer treatment. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna,
Mr. Morford, what do you say?
Judge, it bothers me a little bit that there's nothing in writing between the parties because of the statute of frauds, but I'll take this man in his word. How long do you think you might need, Mr. Thompson, to come up with the money and to
move.
obtain your treatments and to move?
Before the end of the year, before the end of the year, I hope.
Set it towards the end of December, Judge, and
Yeah, but
see
I
whether-
think we should need to come back sooner than that, just. to
That's what I
make
said
sure
before the end
progress
of the
being
year.
made.
Don't do it.
The purchase of the property could be done before he has to actually move.
Yeah.
They could agree that he could stay there for a period of time.
Yes.
All right.
So we'd like to come back no more than 60 days to make sure that it's getting done.
Okay. I see a head shake on that. So why don't we come back to around the 1st of November to see where we are? In fact, that is a court date, November 1. Is that a good date to come back?
I don't know.
It lists for me, Judge.
What day is that on?
Friday,
Friday?
Yes, sir.
Friday, November 1st.
Okay.
And if it's
10 o'clock.
falls apart, I can always
10
set it for a trial. We'll have a trial. Not that day, but.
Excuse me, Judge, what is your name, sir?
Donald Kaplan.
You know, one of my neighbors said you're a very good judge.
Oh, well,
He said you're a very good judge. He said your name is
sounds like
Kaplan.
he knows me really well.
Yeah, he do. He said he do know you very
You can probably
well.
find people that have opposite opinions.
Yes.
Now, they say about Mr. Thompson, he likes to butter people up.
Seriously, though. Seriously, he said his name Kaplan. I said, I don't really know his name, but he asked me that yesterday. And I said, I'll find out today. And he said you're a very good dude.
All right, November 1st will be the next hearing. You guys have got work to do. Hopefully you come back with a good report that things are moving along, and then
Yes,
we
sir.
can wrap it up at the next hearing.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You remember my face?
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Kane Lampin at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24-366.
Show it.
Jonathan Cole is on deck.
Let me know if I can do anything.
I'll keep it there.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Kane Lampin, 24-366. This was set for sentencing on July the 19th. And it looks like Mr. Lampin was not here, so a warrant got issued and he's in custody now. And I don't ever had a lawyer, Mr. Lampin, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You were supposed to be at inpatient treatment with Hometown. That was ordered back in June. Did that happen?
Well, I was there, but I ended up leaving because you broke down the case with that. The case now, I was there in California, and the message with me, so I got hold of me. So I left rehab there, I went back to court before I lived, and I wrote an outpatient treatment, which was the same day I was court, and I was trying to get to court and get down to inpatient, outpatient rehab, and wrong to do my assessment. And I couldn't make it all at the same time, so I started to go on the call schedule, and they told me I usually got to make it here within like 7 days before they issue a warrant or something from my court. And I was having trouble with my highway from enforcement all the way back up to here to have court and shit. And it's just a handful of stuff that kept on happening, and didn't get a chance to make it up here.
Well, then it looks like you got arrested on the warrant.
Yeah.
Inside the county, or where'd you get arrested?
Yeah, got the court.
And when was that? How long ago was that you got arrested?
That was this morning. They was doing a probation, looking for somebody else. And
Oh, it was just this morning you got arrested?
yeah, so,
Wow, they got you up here fast.
yeah.
Okay, before I send you, I'm going to order you to take a urine screen. Do a urine screen, and then I'll send you after I get the results on that.
I'll be honest with you, I really am going for fentanyl and cocaine.
Okay, well, I want to see what else is in there.
Okay, that's
Do a
fine.
urine screen, and we'll have you back.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan Cole at the Lawrence County Jail on a recall, case number CRA 24-600. And Christina Verson is on deck.
This is on bond and treatment, and Mr. Tyler Smith is the attorney for Jonathan Cole. He's been evaluated by RRS, FKA, Hometown Recovery.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe that RRS is the one that had a bed available, and they have assessed Mr. Cole, and he said that he's willing to go into treatment. I believe that
Yes,
they can pick him up.
I can pick him up today.
Okay, I'll let Mr. Cole sign a $2,000 signature bond. Order him inpatient at Hometown Recovery.
RRS, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. Okay. It's hard to break a habit. I can never call Prince, whatever that song was, I always call him Prince. Not the same thing.
Nobody else could either. That's why he went back to Prince.
Yeah.
The 27th,
That's fine, Your Honor.
September 27th will be the next hearing, preliminary hearing at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christina Verson, case number CRA 24-593, Lawrence County Jail. Tracy Phillips is on deck.
And Hometown did an assessment of this person.
They did, and Your Honor, the assessment does indicate inpatient treatment.
Okay, she's willing to do that.
Did she say she was willing to go?
She's wanting outpatient still, but she uses meth daily.
So, I mean, my understanding based on the discussions, well, could you hear us, ma'am? Okay, I want to make sure you were online. My understanding is based on the discussions is that that an OR bond would be conditioned on following up with the treatment that's been recommended. The treatment that's recommended is inpatient. So, I mean, I guess it's up to her whether she's willing to do it, but my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Your Honor, is that if she refuses to do that, then she's gonna sit in jail until we get her back in here.
Well, I'll have to touch her bond, or set.
Well, sir, but, and if she could meet a cash surety bond, she can get out.
What's your, as I recall, she has some children, so I am concerned about that circumstance. Do we have that covered if she goes to inpatient?
Can your mother keep the children at least temporarily?
I haven't talked to her. I'm sure she hopefully would. I haven't had a chance to talk to her about it.
Does she know where you are?
Yes, she knows that she has them for this, yes.
Has she had them before?
Yes.
I'm gonna guess do you want us to call her before we finalize this, or?
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm sure she can come.
Okay. What's your mother's name?
Sheila, H-S-I-N-C-H.
Do you have a phone number for her?
Yes. It's 740-550-9770.
Okay, I'm going to order you released to inpatient care at Hometown Recovery. Set September 27th as your next hearing. And you can sign a $2,000 OR bond. And there's time waivers, of course.
Yes, we would waive time to accomplish what we've discussed here, Your Honor.
Okay, and she'll get picked up today. She'll be picked up today and get it through.
Your Honor, I think I may have put my copies that I made into that.
In the court.
What was the date? I'm sorry. What's the new date, Your Honor?
September 27th.
State of Ohio recalls Tracy Phillips of Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 22599, and Angela McDaniel is on deck.
Your Honor, Mr. Phillips is going to plead to Your Honor, Mr. Phillips is going to plead to the theft, plead guilty to it. He's had some family issues down in Cincinnati. That's where he's been. A tragedy down there that he had to deal with, personal family tragedy. So, just ask for suspended time, Your Honor, and credit for the time he's had in.
Okay, I'm going to order that he do a urine screen before I sentence him.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'll send him after we get the results. So, Mr. Phillips, give a urine sample, and I'll have you back for something after I get the results.
That should be it right now. It doesn't matter.
Except for Mary.
Today, it's not right now.
That's fine. This is what it's set for. On this document.
State of Ohio recalls Angela McDaniel to Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24598.
Okay, I do have her results.
Hang on a second.
Have you seen the results?
I have not seen them, Judge. May I look at them?
Well, you tested positive for amphetamine, benzodiazepine, fentanyl, methamphetamine, and THC. So, a little different than you represented to the court previously.
May I speak, sir?
I guess well, I don't want to talk about the case, but the question is now, are you willing to go to treatment? Given that result, I highly recommend it.
Yes, sir, but
Okay, I guess we maybe should have somebody that could assess her possibly.
Well, I'm going to say she's going to need inpatient.
Yeah.
I have a granddaughter that's 12 years old that I raised. Is there any way I can have outpatient? I live in Parkerville. There's several different places that It's there, sir. I truly need mercy.
Where's your granddaughter now?
I live in Proctorville.
Where's your granddaughter now?
She is at home.
By herself?
No. She's with my husband.
Well, is he a capable person?
Oh, yes, of course he is, but he's a man. She's 12 years old. She's become a little woman. And may I explain that about the drugs?
No,
Your lawyer says no.
no. I mean, I'd rather you not. We know what's in your system. We're trying to figure out how to best help you. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Okay. I mean, nothing you could say is going to change the result, so we'll talk about it in private.
Well, let's have you get assessed, and then we'll see what the professionals say about what kind of treatment you need.
All right, thank you, sir.
I mean, it seems to me, we got this in common. I've got grandkids about the same age as your granddaughter.
Yes. You
And,
understand then how girls really...
well, you're probably not gonna like what I'm gonna say there. I'm not raising mine. But
Right.
if I was, okay, just be quiet and listen to what I say.
Yes, sir.
I want to present a good example to my grandkids. They're not around me that much because they don't live around here. But when they are here, I want to be a good example for them. And exposing myself to fentanyl and methamphetamine, which are the two most common drugs in our community, is not a good example. Because we know this. I don't know how it relates to grandparents, but we know this about parents. Parents that use drugs are most likely influencing their children toward using drugs. So if you don't want your granddaughter, and you're standing in the role as parent for your granddaughter, and let me just venture this, is that because the parents are out of commission because of drugs?
Yes.
Okay, because that's pretty common in our community. Well, your granddaughter needs you, and she needs somebody that's clean and sober in her life, not a grandparent that's using fentanyl and methamphetamine. That's the most important thing for you to do, is to get clean. That's the most important thing you can do for your granddaughter. Is your husband clean, or is he a user?
Oh, yes, he's holistic. He has nothing to do with drugs.
Okay.
Surrounded by it.
All right, well, I'll say that. Let's have you assess, and then we'll decide where we're going to go.
Thank you.
I want to share the results with the provider, please.
May I approach?
Yes.
Your Honor, we have Moore, Lampin, Phillips, and McDaniel to be recalled to the sheriff. We're not ready to do that yet.
Okay. Okay. What's his name? Yeah, I read all over it.
State of Ohio versus Sid Moser, case number TRC 24487.
He's sitting right outside.
CRB 24258. Sid Moser.
So, Your Honor, we're set for trial today on an OVI. We're going to plead guilty to that today, Your Honor, asked to be set for sentencing. He is going to get an assessment by OVP. He's been to OVP before, but he's going to get an assessment done by OVP, which is closest to him. That's just not going to be done today. Mr. DeMent is not here, so we just ask that the sentencing be set off.
Mr. Hill.
Your Honor, it's a first offense, and we're pleased that Mr. Moser has chosen to go this route because, when he was, the urine sample from from when the sample was taken by the Highway Patrol was, seriously, there were lots of substances. So we have concerns for Mr. Moser's well-being. And we think it's better to go this route than to fight over it and then have him found guilty, because we're confident he will be found guilty, and then have to recommend maybe jail time because of his obstinance. But he's not going to, he's going to admit to it, which we appreciate. So, and I can present a copy of the drug results from the urine screen if the court needs that.
Okay. And there's also, from my record, an unresolved Walmart theft offense.
No, that's been resolved, Your Honor. He has pled to that.
Okay. Yeah, August 2nd. Okay, just hasn't been sentenced.
Right.
Okay. Come back in 30 days then
Yes, Your Honor.
for sentencing. And you agree with your attorney, Mr. Mosso, that you're changing your plea on the OVI to, and I think that's the only charge is an OVI, to guilty at this point?
I do, Your Honor.
You have a right to say something, but let's delay that until the actual time of sentencing. You don't have to say anything, but if you want to, you'll get an opportunity before you're sentenced. So we'll come back in October. Let's find a date when we can do that. And in the meantime, you're going to go to OVP, get assessed, and start treatment.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may, I want to thank you in this court system. I've been in a lot of court systems in my day, and I've never been in one like this, in this community. Surely you're all blessed and you're saving lives, and I appreciate your compassion, and I have a lot of respect for you all. I mean that, and I'm not saying that to persuade thine will be done, but I just wanted to say thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I've been here a long time, and actually, if you would have come, if you were, I don't know how old you are, but it's been over 30 years ago when I first started, and saying on a court system then, today, totally different. There was none of this. There was no hard drugs in our community.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We didn't face this, and it's pervasive now, and, it's something we have to face, and it's difficult. I mean, I've lost people very close to me, that children of the court staff here to overdose, and girls that I coached that were the same age as my daughter that I coached in basketball that were a part of the court system here that died of overdose. So it's a problem. It's still a problem, and we're doing the best we can.
Well, God has surely blessed this side of the river from South Point to Burlington to Proctorville, OVP. Wow, those people are just
We do
top
have a lot of
notch.
resources, and compared to when it first started, we didn't have much. And actually, I think compared to a lot of other communities our size, we have a lot more resources than most kind of rural. We're kind of rural, suburban, but we've got a lot more resources here that we can use than a lot of counties our size. So that's a good thing.
People have saved my life, and you're saving lives, and I really respect and appreciate that. You're making a difference. You care.
Thank you, sir. So let's look in October.
10th.
How about the 11th?
Yeah, that'll work, Your Honor.
October the 11th for sentencing on both matters.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'm going to let Ms. DeMent know that you're coming. She's the OVP representative.
I sent all this information and pre-screened to her already.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What's the next date?
October the 11th.
State of Ohio versus Dolores E. Hill, case number CRB 23-568, CRB 23-536.
Hi, y'all.
Is that for pretrial, it's Mr. Smith's case.
Your Honor, she does have, it looks like she has something from Prestera. It looks like it's about 12 pages long. Probably need copies.
Is this ours copy to keep?
I think we'll probably need to make a copy, Your Honor. Make sure you're still progressing.
Okay, how's the state want to proceed?
Well, I'm assuming that I didn't see a report of any kind of.
It looks legitimate, and it looks like there's real progress being made.
The defense doesn't mind coming back again, just make sure she's still making progress. And I've advised Ms. Hill that, at some point this will be resolved. I just don't know when that'll be, but
Does the state know what it's looking for in the end, or?
Well, honestly, if I saw what the current state is, I might have a better answer for you today. But we're encouraged that she's doing what we set out for her to do.
Yes, sir.
And the last report we had from her family, who are the alleged victims, she's doing well. So I guess I don't know, is there a prospect of an actual completion on this, do you think, from the
I didn't
perspective?
see that in here.
And so we understand sometimes it's open-ended. So I suppose one more good report, and then we'd be willing to look at a dismissal at that time.
I don't think there's necessarily a completion with this because this is more mental health and this
Right.
is
I think it's an ongoing.
it's ongoing. There'll be medications that she's required to take, so.
Okay, let's go into 1st of November sometime.
That's fine.
What's your schedule?
The 1st of November we could do, that's, I believe, a Friday.
Okay, November 1st will be the next hearing. Look at finalizing things then.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
State of Ohio versus Justin Hughes, case number CRB 24536.
Mr. Smith's case for pretrial.
It is, Judge, this is a Walmart case. The state is still trying to get the video from Walmart, so I would ask that we reset it October 4th if that's not too crowded. I know I'm here then.
Okay, October 4th will be the next pretrial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Williamson, case number CRA 21519, PRC 211959, A and B.
Mr. Smith's case.
Judge, we were here last week, and Your Honor, we're both familiar with Mr. Williamson. He says he has gone to the VA. He is now in intensive outpatient. Is that correct? Have you started?
Yeah.
I think that's what we're here today, just to make sure that he followed through with his promise and he...
It's once a week, this week, next week, and then once you next week.
I don't have a report from Ms. Rayburn. Have you been in touch with her?
Yes, sir.
So what's your schedule again?
It's open.
I mean, not for us to hear.
We're doing once a week, this week, next week, and then we're going 2 days a week.
Okay, well, I'd like for him to do a screen today.
Understand.
Then I'm asking her for a report.
It's still going to be dirty, Your Honor.
I spoke with Brad. He was sent to QRT in 2021, I believe, for the possession charge. Brad said he completed it and did very well. So it's just the OVI in question.
Okay.
I don't think it was quite dirty, sir.
This happened last week.
What was last week?
That's okay. Nothing else? No. I'm still trying to get that out of my system.
He pled to the OVI on January 24th, 2022, and he was sentenced.
Yeah, he failed to appear for a review hearing.
So,
He didn't finish what the requirements. So let's go to urine screen, and then I'm asking her for a report. She's usually pretty good about her time. So we'll recall this after we get this screen results and a report.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Paul Snavely, case number CRB 24318.
Mr. Smith's case set for pre-trial.
He's in treatment.
Yeah, that's what
Is he doing well?
Yes, he's doing really well. He had one mishap where he had THC, but he was just tested on 9/11 and it's no longer in the system, so.
Good. Judge, I understand from his provider that he is doing well. He did have a situation where he had a positive THC test, but his most recent test with this week, it is no longer in his system.
Yes, sir.
But other than that, he's been compliant, doing well.
Yes.
How do you propose going forward?
Well, I'd come back, Judge, and monitor it. I asked him about pleading guilty. His understanding was if he completes treatment, it's an M4, it will probably be dismissed. I don't know.
That's what we agreed to previously.
If we're ready then to get to that point without him doing some more, I guess complete the program, then we'd be ready to dismiss it, or the state.
Any projection on when that will happen, when it'll complete?
I'm not sure on an exact date, but how long is your?
It's been about 90 days.
90 days, so probably about 2 more months.
Okay, let's come back in November then.
That'd be fine, Judge.
November 8th? That'll be almost 2 months.
Yes, sir, I'm available.
November the 8th for pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Good to go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Julie Banks, case number TRD 231343.
Julie Banks, this is for sentencing. You don't have a lawyer, right?
No, but I was making payments on my fines. I just wrote it down real briefly.
what I have over there, and I'm estimated to complete that by the first of the year, to have everything reinstated. If we could still do reviews, that would be great.
Wow.
Please.
You got a lot.
Yes, I know, I understand. That was past history of, he can put that with the file if he needs it.
Okay.
That's fine, I've got them wrote down. That's the best I could do real quick, because I forgot to bring in my extra paper, but yeah, so, but I just had to be back at work, I'm sorry. I only took the morning off because I was out before noon last time, so.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
You guys on a bad day.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And we have liquor allowed with COVID.
I'll set it for December the 16th.
The 16th, okay.
Yeah, everybody was bad this past, you see how many people are in jail?
I guess, yes. I was like, man, he's just going through a lot of those. So at what time on the 16th?
10 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. Is that okay?
December 16th.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Trevor DeMent, case number CRB 24344, CRA 23514, CRB 21167, CRA 2321, CRB 2322, and others.
Trevor DeMent.
Your Honor, Mr. DeMent is not here. He has contacted me today and the court, reporting that he, I guess, got confused about the dates of the court hearing today and is on vacation. I spoke to Mr. Major about this. He has confirmed that Mr. DeMent completed his treatment with Cardinal and has been referred to anew for outpatient follow-up. Mr. Major spoke to anew. They said that they didn't have an authorization to provide any information, but would speak to Mr. DeMent to get that authorization. I spoke to Mr. DeMent afterward. He said he'd given them at least verbal authorization. I don't know if anything's come further than that.
Yet, Your Honor.
So he's going to be back next Thursday. I would ask to continue this case for, I'm going to say a week, but if the docket doesn't support that, the point is I'm asking for continuance, and I can't be here Monday, and he won't be back Monday anyway.
Mr. Hill.
I guess I ought to go on vacation. Everybody else does.
You ought to. It'd be good for you.
I probably would be.
Relax, do some fishing.
Something. Well, we're okay with the continuance under the circumstances.
I'm here the 20th. If that day works for the court, but if the court wants to pick a better day, I'm also fine with that. I'm just saying the 20th because with him not here, I think you want to get back fairly quickly.
Judge Cremines is handling it, but it's a very large docket.
I'm here the 23rd, 27th, 30th.
27th.
27th, that's when I've been setting a couple other things, so that should work.
September 27th.
State of Ohio versus Barry Joe II, case number TRD 183540.
Mr. Steyer's case set for pre-trial.
Do you know how much that is? All right, Your Honor, Mr. Job, this is an older case. Mr. Job was not with us for a while, but he's back with us now. This is a driver's license suspension. The situation we have here is that there's a mark of no financial responsibility on the ticket, which with it being even with it being 4 years old, I believe that if he enters if anything finding is made on this and it's reported to BMV, my understanding is that that's going to trigger another 1-year suspension at that point, not a 1-year suspension dating back to 2018. So that's going to make it another year before he can get his license back, in addition to increasing his reinstatement situation. He has tickets at South Point, where else?
South Point and Cold Grove, and that's it.
At South Point and Cold Grove, and then he owes about $600 or so in reinstatements to the BMV now. He's got about $1,850 he's going to have to pay. But I understand that. And also, he stands to get a pretty considerable promotion at his job if he can get his license. He's up for a management position that they won't give him without a license. So what I've been trying to do is to keep this case alive, to allow Mr. Job to get his license back. He has, since we've been here last, figured out exactly what he has to pay, but that is not an inconsiderable sum. So, recognizing this is a very old case and all the issues that go along with that, I'm going to ask the court to give us a fairly lengthy continuance to allow him to hopefully come back in here with some progress made, able to say, look, here's where I've, say, paid off South Point or paid off Cold Grove or something showing that we're making progress toward this goal of getting his license back, in the hope that the court might then, if he's able to get relicensed, say, hey, we don't want to put another suspension on you, and we might be able to figure something out other than sending this no license or this no insurance ticket onto the BMV. I think it's probably unrealistic that he's going to find insurance papers for November of 2018. The owner of the vehicle is no longer alive, so it wasn't his vehicle, so it's almost impossible for him to find insurance papers, even if insurance existed. So basically, we're calling on the mercy of the court here, Your Honor, and asking for some time to deal with this despite the age of the case.
State's position?
I'm wondering if he needs another 5 years to get this done.
Well, he had a pretty lengthy record at this time. I mean, I've got a printout from back then as to what his record was. It was not good. I don't know what it's like now. But
I guess from our perspective, we at least want an explanation why he disappeared for so long, number one. And if he were given more time, we'd want it to be not very long, just a minimal amount of time. I don't think that, some progress should have been made for now.
Your Honor, I would.
There's no good excuse for why I haven't done anything. I'm just getting my life together. In the last 3 years, I've got my life together. I'm an assistant manager at Burger King now, and like he said, I stand to get the GM position if I, get the keys to the car back. That's all I got to do is get the license back. So, what I plan on doing is working on paying South Point or Cold Grove, one of the two first. That way I can make progress on it, and that way there's some kind of progress made on this.
And I recognize the state's position that this has been ongoing for an awful long time. I honestly don't have a good excuse for that. I don't have a good explanation for it. My thought at this point, though, is that I think it would be more valuable to the community to get him licensed again than it would be to throw another license suspension on him. And for that, obviously it's better for him to get licensed again, but I think it's also better for everyone else. And so I'm going to ask the court to work with us on that. And even if you don't want to go out a long distance, if we could go out a little bit of time, and maybe if he keeps showing progress, we might keep giving him more time if he shows progress. And what I'm saying to you, if the court hears that, even if you can't pay off South Point, come in here and say, look, I've made a significant payment, I'm getting there, or can't pay, whatever. Right. Something so that each time we come back in here, you can tell him, you can show him that you've turned your life around.
The money, I can't get to them, they won't let me make payments.
They won't, okay, so apparently the court, they won't accept payments, they're requiring lump sum payments, which I don't know anything about that.
They
but-
said normally it's sent to collections by now, but luckily it's still in South Point and still payable there, but they will not accept payments.
They're not gonna accept a partial payment, but again, if you could do something to show, whatever time he gives you, pick one of those, whatever the smaller one is, and get it paid off, so that we can come in here with something to show.
That's what the plan is.
So again, Your Honor, I'm gonna ask for a continuance at this time, and again, I recognize that we're asking the court to basically show mercy in a situation where it's probably not really deserved, but I think it may be better for everyone if we get it.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I've been jaded by what's happened in our community and the amount of drugs that are here, so if he's willing to take a urine screen as clean, then I'll give him a continuance. If he's not willing to do that, then let's just set it for a trial.
Let's do it.
He's willing, Your Honor.
Okay, go do a urine screen.
Okay. He indicates that he is prescribed methadone. I doubt he has the prescription with him, but if that's all that's in his system, I would think the court would probably be understanding.
State of Ohio versus Denise K. Sexton, case number CRB 24538.
This is Mr. Steyer's case, set for pre-trial. In a second.
20 days suspended, she can do 10 days. You should do that, that's the offer, but if not, it's covered around the trial. My understanding is your husband was also charged, but is he in prison now? I understand that, where is he now? Okay. Sure, I understand. So I get an offer, it's 30 days, it's been 10 days. Otherwise, you can set this thing for trial. If you lose, you can get more time than that. If you win, you get nothing because you're found guilty. We could get a report date. Yeah, we could do that, I think. Your Honor, I've gotten an offer from the state. I've communicated to Ms. Sexton. She'd like to have an opportunity to consider that offer. Rather than setting up for a trial at this point, I think it might be worthwhile to do at least one more pretrial. So I'm going to ask to set this for another pretrial at a date convenient to the court. There is a co-defendant. Well, it's not exactly a co-defendant. There is another defendant. It's her husband. Mr. Stratton represents him, but he is in custody. He had a holder from, well, I'll let Mr. Stratton address his client. I apologize.
Your Honor, he was held on this court, but the Sheriff's Department released him, even though you had a holder on him, a cash surety over his head. APA picked him up and put him in a facility down in Cincinnati. What's the name of that facility?
River City.
River City.
Corrections Center.
River City Corrections Center is where he's at.
For treatment?
For treatment, yes.
Because we both originally wanted out.
Yeah.
Does he have another date to come out here? Or?
He's here today. Well, he's not here, but he's set today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got you.
So we want to just coordinate and put them both on the same day?
Yes.
He's going to be in there for 4 months.
He's going to be in there for 4 more months, but we might be able, you might be able to make an arrangement to have him on the video.
Yeah, we probably could do video.
The 7th of October?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me make certain of that, but I don't think that should be a problem.
Is it Otis Sexton?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a jury trial currently. I don't think that's going to happen, though, so go ahead and set that, I guess, with the understanding that I may have a jury trial, but I don't anticipate that that's actually going to go.
Okay, so both Denise and Otis are set for October 7th as the next hearing dates.
Riverside.
His case number is 24539, hers is 24538.
River City.
I didn't realize they were both set today because I knew he was in custody.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
October 7th, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio recalls Joshua Williamson. Case number CRA 21-1959,
Mr. Smith's case, I do have a report from Ms. Rayburn. She says he is compliant and his screen is good. So
Okay, I saw that.
assuming the amphetamine you got a prescription for.
It's just what's left in my system still.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure it all gets in there.
All right. October 11th.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm pass this on to you, Josh, because I know you played football with Jay, and you were also in the Air Force, right?
Yes, sir. Sure was.
Jay is now the commander of the 31st Airless Squadron and is about to make full colonel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell him I say congratulations.
I will.
Yeah, the IED ended my career up in Iraq. I was going to do 20, but instead I only did 3, so I kind of had a good reason to get out. I was a little upset after I lost my whole team in the IED explosion, so it's taken me a while to recover.
I understand. I tell Jay said that you would have stayed. I think they tied for the OVC that year. You would have won the OVC outright.
I got in a lot of trouble from a lot of the guys when I left.
Yeah. I just want to pass that on to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kane Lampin on a recall at the Lawrence County Jail. Case number CRB 24366.
Okay, so, yeah, we've got things here we need to deal with. Mr. Lampkin. And you're living in Cincinnati?
No, I live in Portsmouth.
Oh, in Portsmouth, okay. Well, that's good. Have you ever been to treatment before?
Yes.
Where?
I did recovery council in Waverly, Pike County, and I went to Oxford one time in Portsmouth.
Okay. I'm going to refer you to the counseling center. Because that's right here in Portsmouth, and it's one of the oldest and biggest and best, in my opinion, services around. Did they tell you what you were positive for?
Yeah, he told me like fentanyl, KC. He said something about MOP and something else. I don't know what that is.
Well, methamphetamine. Fentanyl and methamphetamine are the two most common that I see around here now. So and other stuff, but so I'm going to order that you go to the counseling center and get treatment as a part of your sentence here.
So what do I sit here and wait till they come, or do I go to where when I get out and go?
Well, let's see can somebody get a hold of Ryan? Usually he's here.
We have a contact.
He's in Mexico or something.
Oh, is he on vacation? Or he just moved to Mexico?
I was gonna see where you at, just get non-referral probation or something. So I just get this done over with. Cause right now, I'm just got a lot of personal stuff going on back home and stuff.
Okay, have we got somebody that can do an assessment? Okay, I'm going to have someone talk to you, and then you want to see his, I've got his screen results too. I'll come get those. So I'm going to have someone call and talk to you about an assessment, and then we'll go from there after we do the assessment.
State of Ohio versus Tracy Phillips on a recall at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 22599, and Angela McDaniel's on deck.
Okay, acceptable screen for Tracy Phillips.
We just received an email, Your Honor, from Emily Griffith on Emily Smith. with dates, by the way. So I just received it. So on Mr. Phillips, Your Honor, we just asked that it's acceptable screen that you just give him some suspended time and credit for what he's been in.
Yeah. You have a right, Mr. Phillips, to make a statement to me if you want to about your case before your sentence. Do you have anything you want to say?
Yes, sir. I wanted to let you know, first of all, I never meant to disrespect no court. I'm dealing with a lot. My son was murdered March 17, 2022 in Cincinnati by a man he never met, knew anything. He was murdered because the dude thought they was laughing at him inside a charge. And the day that the court was, I wanted to be in Cincinnati so I could face the man that killed my son and let him know how much of a coward and a waste of life he was on this earth. And I do apologize to this court, but I've been going through a whole lot with my son. I'm mentally, physically, and everything stressed out. And it's really hard to get over the death of my son. And and that night, that Walmart, I actually paid for the stuff and took it home with me that night. They let me pay for it and take it home that night. And like I said, I just want to apologize to the courts. I never disrespect no court and there's no thing. It's been hard for me. My son been murdered.
All right, well, I'm sorry for that. You understand if you enter a guilty plea, you're admitting that this theft offense is true. You understand that?
I don't know what, I just want to get this over with. I got 4 grandkids at home with my mom right there. They missed 2 days of school because she got bad knees. She can't really get up and get them to school, get them dressed. And I didn't know where to leave no contest, guilty. I was going to go with my lawyer's decision.
Well, what the affidavit says is that this was a self-checkout, that you only scanned about half the items and...
No, sir, it was three items, and it was a total of like $56. And I went back to the customer service, and I paid for them items, and they let me take them home with me that night because I needed them for, at the time I had my restaurant in Ohio, in Huntington, it's called Cody Kelly, it was 11th Street, 4th Avenue. I was getting this stuff for the restaurant. I needed that stuff. The reason why I missed the scan because me and my girlfriend were standing there talking, and she started talking about the things my son liked to eat with the Cheetos, picking Cheetos and the peanut butter and things like that. That was off. And when he stopped me, I told him, I tried to explain to people at Walmart, but I will pay for the stuff. I'm not a thief. I don't steal. I've never been in jail for stealing. And I would tell people, I would pay for it. I went up there and I paid for it. I paid for the stuff and they actually let me take it home that night with me.
Okay, well, I'm not going to accept your guilty plea then. I'm going to stay with the not guilty plea, but you're going to have to post a bond now since you didn't come to court when you were ordered to. So
I would just like to take the no contest or a guilty plea.
Well, I don't have to accept it, and I'm not going to accept it because you told me that you're not guilty. So we're going to stick with not guilty.
Can I do a no contest?
No, you cannot do a no contest.
Well, I'll say I'm guilty, John. I'm guilty. I just want to get you back home to my grandkids. I'll take the guilty plea. I'll take it.
No, you won't. You already told me you're not guilty. So I'm going to set bond at $1,000 cash or surety. Can you post that bond? You can use a bail bondsman, so $150 gets you out of jail.
Yeah, I can do the bail bond. I'll take the bail bond.
Okay, so we'll have a bail bondsman contact you. I'm going to set this for a pretrial in October 7th?
Yes, Your Honor.
So bail bondsman will contact you, post bond. I'll let you appear at the first hearing by teleconference, so you don't even have to come. You can appear on the screen.
Yes, sir.
We'll get a phone number from you, Mr. Phillips.
Do you have a phone number where your lawyer can reach you?
Yes, sir. It's 304-751-5567.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, October the 7th, you've got to either appear in person, you can still come in person, or appear by teleconference. And now, once you post a bond, if you don't show up, you'll have somebody hunting you down. There'll be the bail bondsman hunting you down, because they're not
No,
gonna.
I'll show up, I'll be there.
Okay.
No problem.
All right, October 7th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Angela McDaniel at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24598. And Lisa Moore is on deck.
Will you contact Mr. Sowers?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, thank you. Angela McDaniel, we're looking at treatment.
There was an assessment done, I believe, but there's an insurance issue.
Yes, Your Honor, she has private insurance, and I contacted the board to see if they could take her in and do an assessment with her, and I haven't heard anything back yet.
Okay. Can she post a bond?
I can ask you, are you able to post a cash surety bond?
Your audio's on, we can't hear you.
She's shaking her head no, but I can't hear her.
It's still not on. Okay, now try.
Hello?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Did you hear my question?
Yes, I don't know what a surety bond is.
Well, cash surety, well, judge will set a bond, you can use a bondsman, pay them 10% of the bond, they will put the bond up for you. Do you think you might put a small cash to hire a bondsman to get you out of jail?
Is there any way I can do an OR, please? Please, I'm asking for it. Just some mercy, please.
Well, you didn't answer the question whether you can post a bond.
Oh, I don't, we are retired, we do not have very much cash.
Do you have Medicare? How do you pay for your Medicare?
No, I'm only 63. I can't receive it yet.
Okay, so you've got private insurance.
Right.
She has
but
Blue
it's still-
Cross Blue Shield.
Okay.
It is like, full life, it's totally different than what my husband had when he worked. It does not pay for very many things, is what I'm trying to explain. When I was in treatment, it wouldn't pay for any of it, and it was just unbelievable on us.
Okay, so if I set your bond at $1,500 and you've got to come up with $150 to get out of jail, are you telling me you can't come up with $150?
I honestly don't think so, sir. I have lived here, like I said, 38 years. I am not going anywhere.
I don't know if I asked you this before, but if I did, I don't remember. Where's Township Road 1259? Is that?
It's on I-70.
I-70, yeah, you told me that.
It's up in schools.
So you're right there at west.
Right above it. I truly am asking for mercy.
Okay, I'm going to give you an OR bond.
Thank you
I'm
so
not-
very much.
If you don't come to court, then I'm just going to tell the prosecutor to take you to the grand jury and get you indicted.
And I promise I will be there.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that promise, because here's the thing. This is a lot of information to throw at you, but I want you to understand. You're charged with a felony. There's two types of charges, misdemeanors and felonies. Misdemeanors mean if you get convicted, the judge can sentence you to the county jail where you are right now. That's where misdemeanors go for a jail sentence. They go to the county jail. They cannot go to prison. The state will not take them into prison. You are charged with a felony, but you're in the misdemeanor court because the initial hearings on felonies, the arraignment and the preliminary hearing are in the municipal court, which this is. But what the state has agreed to, they have said, look, if you will go to treatment, we may even dismiss this case down the road and keep the case in the misdemeanor court so you don't get indicted. You know, felonies are so serious that your fellow citizens have to sit in a grand jury. You probably heard that term, grand jury. That's what happens, when you're charged with a felony, a group of people from the county sit together and they hear the evidence the state says they have, and if they think there's enough evidence that you should be charged, they return an indictment.
Okay.
So listen, don't start talking. You don't need to talk yet. You need to listen and try to understand. So you're not going to go to the grand jury if you do what you're supposed to. You're not going to get an indictment. You're not going to go to the felony court, and you're not going to go to prison. But if you blow this off, I'm not going to keep it here. I'm going to tell the prosecutor, if you don't show up, if you don't take this serious, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, I'm just going to tell the prosecutors to take her to the grand jury, get her indicted, let the common pleas judge deal with her. And if they want to send you to prison, they can. They can send you to prison. I cannot send you to prison. So do you understand what you got to do? You got to go to treatment, and you got to do what you're supposed to do. And that's going to happen down the road. So I'm not changing my mind about that. But I'm letting you out of jail because of your circumstance, and mostly because of your granddaughter.
Thank you, sir.
But I want you back here real quick. How about Monday? Are you here the 16th?
Yes.
I will be here.
I'm available, Judge.
Okay, so I want to see you Monday back here in court in person.
Yes,
You got to be here Monday at 10 a.m.
I will be there, sir.
And I'm setting your bond at 2,000 signature bond. Don't make me look like I got bad judgment and shouldn't have let you out by not showing up.
I will not, I will not.
And then in the meantime, maybe we'll have better access to someplace to get you into treatment on Monday. So see you Monday at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Say that.
State of Ohio recalls Lisa Moore to Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24595.
Lisa Moore's, Mr. Steyer's case.
We had her looked at for Bethesda.
I spoke with her. She wasn't exactly real forthcoming. I still feel like she's residential.
Okay. That you should go to inpatient treatment.
I can go to inpatient. Only thing is that when I'm inpatient, I have to go back to diary. That's the only thing. When I did outpatient with Rivers, I did wonderful, and I stayed out there for a while afterwards. Then when Mom passed away, that's how I got back on. And then I did the Bethesda for 30 days. It just, it works for me, I feel like, but,
What's your drug of choice?
meth, whatever. And I do need the help, I do know that, and I was going to look into a program and talk to her, but I just haven't made it there yet. And, I mean, I know I need help, and I appreciate y'all helping me. Do you feel like I'm getting,
You feel like you're being what?
I don't know, it's like, when I have to be inpatient or it's permanent, it feels like, it's like closing in on me. I don't know why that is. I've always been like that. I've never.
Maybe an anxiety issue, Your Honor.
Well, are you willing to take a screen today so I can see what's actually in your system?
Yes, because I can do that. I can speak for you, you do whatever.
And if you test for anything other than meth, then I'm going to order you inpatient.
That's why I mean, meth and THC should be the only thing here.
Okay, let's do a screen.
All right, thank you.
They'll do a screen there at the jail.
Yeah, I can get it now.
So we'll call you back after you do it.
State of Ohio versus Barry Job II, case number TRD 183540 on recall.
Okay, it's acceptable. So I'm going to give him a continuance, November, 2 months.
Let me take a look at my calendar. November, I'm sorry, what? Okay, he has to be in Kentucky for court on the 22nd, so if we could do the 15th.
15th it is, November 15th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's easy.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus William Shear, case number CRB 24338.
All right, Mr. Shear is representing himself, that I have down, and set for pretrial.
Can we get this continued again for, so, to see what happens?
This is.
Can we do like 60 days for when, instead of wasting my time and your time and everybody else's time today, we have several times.
What I planned on doing is because this is a cross-filing case, and the victim on this is a defendant. Mr. Shear is a victim, and there's a special prosecutor. And that case is set for September the 30th. Now, Mr. Shear also has a case in Ironton Municipal Court that is set for, is that the trial? On this coming September the 26th or something like that. Whatever that Thursday is.
Does it involve the same party or?
Yes.
It involves her husband.
Okay.
So that might clear a lot of this up.
Yeah. You want to set it for the 30th then?
I appreciate that Mr. Shear would rather it go on longer, but I also think it's better that we just get it done as quick as
Yeah, as
possible.
long as we can, yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'm going to continue this case to September 30th. At 10 o'clock for pretrial.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
State of Ohio versus Eric C. Workman, case number TRC 1384 A, B, and C.
Is that for pretrial? You have an attorney, Mr. Worthing?
No, I was gonna ask if there's any way I could get a continuance to get a lawyer, because I couldn't afford one that I thought I was gonna be able to afford.
Do you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yeah,
Do you work?
no, I'm on disability.
Okay, you're eligible for a court-appointed lawyer then.
Yeah, I thought I could afford one until I see I wasn't nowhere near having enough money getting one.
At least guys don't work cheap. Mr. Stratton, I'll appoint you.
And I have an idea, Your Honor.
Yes.
Because this is from July the 3rd, it's potentially, the results could be back.
Okay.
So if Mr. Workman wanted to have the case recalled today, then I can see if we have drug results, that might influence how he wants to proceed. I don't know if it will or not, but it might be helpful. And if they don't want to do it that way, that's fine too.
We'll set it for another day, Your Honor.
Another pretrial?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to be in October. 7th?
Yes, that's fine.
October 7th will be the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Robert E. Offlet, case number CRA 24579, CRA 24580.
It's 6/8.
Your Honor, he has been picked up.
268.
Athens County.
All right, Mr. Offler was to go to Athens County. He's been picked up, so case is here dismissed.
State of Ohio versus Roger D. Waller, case number CRA 24578. Your Honor, he has been picked up by Wayne County, West Virginia.
Okay. It's an extradition. He's been picked up by Wayne County. Be dismissed.
State of Ohio versus Donald Dickus, case number CRA 24588.
It's Mr. Stratton's case set for preliminary hearing.
Your Honor, Mr. Dickus had posted bond, so we're going to waive today's hearing. Today's preliminary hearing, we're going to waive it to the grand jury. He is actually going to seek treatment on his own. So
That's a good choice, I think. So if the defendant is going to waive the preliminary hearing, they'll need to sign a written waiver. Is that still be printing up? You're going to sign a piece of paper that says you're waiving a preliminary hearing. What that means is your case will go to the grand jury for them to consider indictment. Use that one. Okay, I'll accept his waiver. Case is waived.
Thank you, Your Honor.
well, get in with her and stay in it, and then, that'll look really good. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Richard T. Wright, case number CRA 24577. Your Honor, he has been picked up by the state of Kentucky.
Okay, extradition to Kentucky is picked up, so the case is dismissed.
State of Ohio versus Andrew Curry, case number CRA 23464 A, B, and C. CRB 23463.
Mr. Stiers, case.
Give a report?
Yeah. All of it? I'm sorry, go ahead.
It just screams.
Okay. What's your date of July 9th?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
But you can confirm that for today?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, Your Honor, the report we have here, if I can come forward, well, there's a paper copy, give me the original. Is dated for July 9th, but that obviously is incorrect. He wasn't even in that facility on July 9th. I think it's meant to be, meant to carry today's date.
Okay, estimated graduation is January 30th.
And the second page of the report is dated September. There's a 9-2 and 9-9, and then there's some negative drug screens.
Okay, so maybe go out 6 weeks now,
I think that sounds probably like
end of October.
a good option. End of October, 28th or 25th, I'm available.
October 28th.
You want to write that down?
So it's the preliminary hearing and pre-trial.
October 28th, 10 o'clock. Oh, Your Honor, one more issue. He has an ankle monitor on. He has reached the point in his treatment where it would be, where the monitor is sort of inhibiting his ability to take part. I've spoken to Mr. Major about this, and he confirmed that the treatment provider believes at this point it's time to give him a shot at this and see what he can do. I'm gonna ask for that with caution, Your Honor, and I'll caution Mr. Curry just based on history that this is a situation where we want to be giving you enough rope to climb out of the hole, not to hang yourself. So, but I am going to make that request that the ankle monitor be removed. He also has an MRI scheduled. I'm not sure exactly when that is, and it's going to have to be removed for that anyway. So we're thinking about, since it's coming off, just giving him a shot with it off and see how he does.
Is that correct? The provider agree
About the MRI? And
about the monitor coming off?
yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I'll order it removed. I need to see Mr. Major to get that done.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck, man. Good luck with the MRI as well.
Bye.
State of Ohio versus Jesse L. Delaney, case number CRA 24-166A and B, CRB 24-167. Jesse Delaney.
Mr. Starr's case, one year hearing.
Oh, he's on video. I apologize, Your Honor. Okay, I was looking around for him. And OVP's not here today, but he arranged to have a report emailed to me, which I have printed out for the board.
Okay. See the TCL number?
Yes.
Jesse Delaney, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. It says the host table the camera. Can you hear me?
Yes. Let me try to fix that. There we go. Now you're appearing. It's a very good report, Mr. Devaney.
Thank you.
All right, this is, he's got misdemeanor and felony, and we're about 6 months in.
Yeah.
How's the state want to proceed?
Well, we want him to, where is he now?
He's with OVP. He's.
Okay.
Or are you talking about, he's in his car, he's in a car, but.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood, okay.
Well, I was really thinking, is he in a residential program or is he?
Outpatient.
No, outpatient at this point. OVP's residential is not.
And the report today, I scanned it, I read it, scanned over it, but I don't know whether it gave any indication of the completion.
No,
close to it. So we'd want him to continue to be successful. We're encouraged that he's being successful.
Let's go into November.
If we want to stick with that date of
15.
the 15th that we set before, that would probably.
A little more time than he had last time between his hearings. So November 15th will be your next hearing. Mr. Devaney, you're on the right path. Keep it up.
All right, thank you.
You are.
Good work, sir.
15 at what time?
10 o'clock, you're on. 10 o'clock, sir.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it for now, thank you.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Kerry Beth McCoy, case number CRB 24227.
Mr. Morford's case, set for sentencing. Okay, well, how have things been since, what was that, August 28th?
She has been improving. We do have her on the lockdown for her behavior contract.
Okay. Does the state take any position?
Well, she's still in the treatment program. I guess they're willing to keep her.
Yeah, we're still working with her.
So we're willing to continue to allow her to do that. This is a theft charge from Walmart, and she already entered a guilty plea, so the other alternative would be to go ahead and sentence her today. But I think that as long as she's still in the program and they're willing to keep her there, then that's what we would rather do.
Your Honor, I'm going to have to agree with Mr. Heald, especially in light of the report you received this morning.
Okay, let's come back in a month. Approximately October 15th. Yeah, that's a Tuesday, Mr. Walker. Are you available then?
I believe so, Judge.
It'll be a sentence.
What day, Judge?
Tuesday, the 15th of October.
I'm here.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Jimmy DeMent, case number PRC 213341.
Is Mr. Morford's case set for sentencing? He's at RRS, outpatient, or inpatient?
Outpatient.
He is outpatient. Yes. Yes. Okay, good. So the 18th is when he's going to graduate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The 18th is when he's graduating. There's also an old 17-331 case too. That's 17-331. Unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. That's an old, very old case. So, are we ready to sentence this then today, or how does the state want to proceed? Do you have any input?
We would not oppose that, Your Honor. He pled to the OVI on February 16th.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I recall, that on the other charge, let's see, do you remember what we're going to do on the other? Is it with a family member? Usually it is. So on the unauthorized use of the vehicle, since apparently he's come to a point of completion on this treatment, we'd be okay with the dismissal of that. And the OVI So it's a first offense. So we would not oppose it if the court took his counseling in consideration with respect to the 3-day driving school.
Okay. Mr. Morford?
Might want to object to that, Judge. We'd ask you to accept that recommendation.
Mr. DeMent, you have a right to make a statement to the court if you want, but you're not required to. Do you have anything you want to say?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm doing better though, for real. That's all.
Okay. All right, on your really old case, the 17-331, I'm going to dismiss it.
Thank you.
All right. You've done well on treatment. In a way, though, the test is going to start now that I'm not going to supervise you as much. At some point, you got to get to the point where you can supervise yourself, and keep yourself
I understand.
straight. So hopefully you've got the tools to do that now.
I do.
Okay, so on the OVI, I'll impose a $400 fine. That's very close to the minimum fine I'm giving you. $375 is the absolute minimum.
Okay.
Or you pay the court costs. 6-month license suspension, which that's going to be over now. But you'll have to, to get your license back, you'll have to contact the DMV.
Yeah, for
There'll
reinstatements
be
and all
some
that.
things that I'll want you to do to get reinstated. 20 days in jail, all suspended. You've got 5 days community service to do. I will not make you go to the driver intervention program since you did the extended counseling. No 3-day program required.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I do want you to continue, maybe just checkups periodically, whatever you need to do.
Well, first, something
With RRS. I'll set your review hearing for March the 14th of 25.
That's at 9. That's at 9 a.m.
You'll need to meet with Mr. Major about your probation, get your paperwork from him, and then you're free to go after that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Kane Lampin at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24366.
Okay, so you did an assessment over the phone?
Yes, and I talked to Margaret from TCC, and she said she can pick him up today. She just needs to know a time.
Okay. All right, anything you want to tell me, Mr. Lampkin? I'm sorry?
Officer, I was talking to the officer, my bad.
Okay. So you're going to go to TTC, or TCC?
Yes, sir.
TCC.
TCC, yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go ahead and send you then.
Hey, I appreciate you giving it back and forth between us at South Point. I appreciate that, thank you.
Okay. He had entered a guilty plea previously. They were finding him guilty. I'll impose a $100 fine, order him to pay the court costs, 45 days in jail. I'll give him credit for 2 days he served, suspend 43 days. Order to inpatient treatment at the counseling center and be released to them for treatment. Set a review hearing for him October the 18th. And they'll pick him up today?
Yes, they can pick him up today.
All right, he'll get picked up today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, we're in between hearings, we'll come to you just a minute.
State of Ohio recalls Lisa Moore at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24595.
Well, you tested positive for ecstasy, methamphetamine, benzodiazepine, and amphetamine. So I think she agreed to go to inpatient then if that was the case.
Well, that was my understanding that she agreed to that.
So I'll order her released to Bethesda for inpatient with a $2,000 signature bond. 2,000 OR, yeah. Bethesda for inpatient.
I have a question. Is there any way I can go on my children? Because I have no way to know what's in right now.
I think they should be able to help you reach them.
Yeah, Bethesda will help you contact everybody.
I don't have a number or nothing. Nothing. My phone guys did nothing with me or anything. And
You don't know the phone number for not one person?
and no, we didn't sell it on my phone.
Where's your phone?
Back where, I don't know, I don't know if the officer got it or not, but I didn't have it with me.
If it's in her property, they'll give it to her and they can recharge it and get
It's
it.
not,
Well,
I don't know for sure, but I don't think they got it or had it or whatever.
well, not to be to flip it or ridiculous, but I assume you know the address. A letter could be written.
We reach out on, we try several,
You look on Facebook. There's ways to find somebody.
yeah, we try several different ways.
I can on Facebook, yeah. I can look them up, well, you can look them up.
So when would you like to come back, Your Honor?
27th?
I'm available that day.
Okay, you're going to be picked up and go to Bethesda inpatient. Your next hearing is going to be in 2 weeks, September 27th, for preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
They'll pick you up today. Okay, that finishes up at the jail. You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus James Sarton, case number TRC 24897.
Your Honor, this is set for sentencing. Mr. Sarton's had an assessment at OVP. He is actually going through OVP. He's got...
Yeah, I'm doing group, and I missed this week's group because I'm finally got my job back. I'm working out of town. I've been trying to have them schedule everything on Fridays though, so hopefully they start doing that.
OVP or ARC?
ARC.
I'm sorry, ARC. It was ARC, Your Honor.
Because I've got a report from ARC.
Yeah. I wrote ARC down. I was thinking OVP.
Okay. So how do you want to proceed then?
Your Honor, we'll have a letter for the next time, I believe, so we'll just send it out to October sometime. Do you prefer Friday?
Please, I'm off every Friday if it's all right with you all.
Friday, Your Honor.
Friday's the best day.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
October 11th?
Yeah, that's fine.
October the 11th.
I'll let you right there.
For the next hearing. The sentencing.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Is there a time? Okay. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Cody Kelly, case number CRA 14498, CRB 18292, TRD 18628, and CRB 16661.
Okay, this is on the sentencing docket. There's, I'm assuming there's bond, bonds continued. What progress have you made on your case, Mr. Kelly?
All I have left, I think, is just paying off my fines. I'm on fixed income, so it's hard. I got 4 kids. I'm trying to, I was going to see if I could pay some money on it Monday. I usually pay $100 every time I come here, but it's been a hard month.
Okay. Well, you can do community service if you can.
Yeah, I try to, but my wife, she works, so I'm usually with the kids, so.
Well, does she work on the weekend?
No, I could get in there. I'll try to get in there.
You can get in here on Saturday.
How much do I owe left?
Got $91 on 14,498. On 18,292, 410. 16,661, 185. So whatever that, $600 roughly, what it sounds like. Doing that in my head quickly.
I'm trying to sell my boat to pay it off.
Oh, you got a boat? I don't have a boat.
Well, it's for sale.
Well, what you always heard, the happiest days when you sell it, and the second happiest days when you buy it. Right?
Yeah. It's just time to get rid of it.
I've got a friend with a boat, so that's better. My wife has a boat.
It's a 16-foot bass boat.
Let's make it October the 18th, your next hearing. October 18th.
Sir. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kendall Gy, case number CRB 24381.
It's on the sentencing docket. If that's well, it's a really good report. From this, it sounds like you're making a lot of progress.
He's done really well for himself.
This sentence sticks out, and his behavior has been exemplary. I don't see that in very many reports, exemplary. That's like way above good. So,
Thank you.
Great job. So we'll just continue along. They don't say you're done, but I'll maybe come back in a couple months and you'll be done or close to done. So November. Let's do, does it matter if it's Monday or Friday?
Mondays preferably. They do sober fun on Friday, and I hate for him to miss
Okay.
out.
November 18th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. November 18th, 10 o'clock. Court is finally